welcome back to the Lightforce Podcast, episode number 14. As always, I am Noah. This is Laney. As always, how are we doing today?
Doing fantastic. A lot of you don't know, but my number is 14. Like, you know how sometimes you just go through life with a number? 14 is my number. So I have a really good feeling about this episode. But I'm doing great. I have my peppermint mocha iced coffee from Dunkin'. So the vibes are super high right now. Look at that.
Winter Wonderland?
Uh-huh.
And did you happen to notice anything about the background this week?
Noah has his Christmas lights up in the background. Audio only. Noah just held up the Winterberry Alani, and now he has Christmas lights in the background.
Winter Wonderland?
Excuse the frick out of me. That's my bad.
Thank you.
Yep.
And the pumpkin lights came down, the Christmas lights went up. There's even a couple.
I also put up my Christmas tree, so we are feeling extra festive, extra early this year.
Just a couple little things back there. Santa Claus back there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're festive around here. I even had this, and I got it out to show. I was going to wear this on this week's episodes, but it's the Stormtrooper Christmas shirt.
Oh, I like that. It might be too early for that. It might be too early.
I put it on, and I got this years ago, and it looks like it's an extra small on me now. So I was like, no way I can wear this.
The chat would like to see the schmedium.
it was choking me, dude. It's a cool shirt too. I wanted
a cool
to wear
shirt.
it.
I like that.
So,
you're gonna have to cut it, make it into a workout tank.
That's not even gonna work. It's
not
that
salvageable?
small. No,
Okay.
I'll throw this in with your Christmas gift or something. You can have it on again.
Yeah, throw it in there.
Throw it in there, free stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna get into this week's episode. Honestly, not a lot to talk about this week. But we do have some quick hits and then a couple little games or something to play, and then we'll get to some Discord questions as well. But as always, go follow the Lightforce Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Even though we barely use Threads, we should probably use it more.
Yeah, we use it more.
Yeah, a little
I'm not
bit
gonna
more.
lie.
And if you're watching here on YouTube, be sure to drop a like and hit subscribe. And if you're listening over on Apple and Spotify, give us a follow, give us a rating, whatever you do on all those podcast apps. But anyway, yeah, slow news week. But I did want to bring this up real quick because obviously things are kind of slow right now. But Stranger Things comes out in like 3 weeks, so we'll have that to talk about. And then in December, I know we both talked about possibly going to see Avatar Fire and Ash.
Good job.
Yeah, let's go. And there has been some rumors that we were going to get our first teaser for either Spider-Man Brand New Day and or Avengers Doomsday during the previews for that movie, which is enough for me to go see it alone, honestly.
100%. I would pay just to see that, and then I'd walk out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to stay for the movie, but
I will stay because of honestly, the price of tickets nowadays is really insane, so you kind of have to stay for the movie. But I would definitely pay just to see trailers for those two movies.
And for the sake of the podcast, of course, which is really
another,
that's like, there's two reasons why I'm going to see this movie, and it has nothing to do with the movie itself. But the reason I even brought that up is because, like, literally, like, I don't know, an hour or 2 hours ago, I saw, I think it was Collider that posted that, and they sounded pretty confident. I don't know if they were confirming that you definitely will get an Avengers Doomsday teaser. I'm sure it's not going to be the most insane trailer we've ever seen, because we still have a year until this movie comes out, obviously. So I'm not expecting anything too crazy, but they sounded pretty confident that we're getting something.
And I mean, it's not a crazy thing to happen in the movie and film industry to release a teaser of some sort over a year in advance, or at least a year in advance, because when we went to see Fantastic Four and Superman, there was a teaser trailer for The Odyssey, which comes out next July. Fantastic Four and Superman came out this July, so it's kind of, a year in advance. Here's a teaser trailer for this huge Christopher Nolan film that is expected to do amazing numbers and do very, very well next year. So it would not surprise me if we got a teaser during Avatar Fire and Ash. I really hope that it's true, because that would just make it so much easier for me to go see that movie.
Yeah, and obviously, like, Spider-Man comes out first. That comes out in July, so you'd think we'd see that first. But at the same time, like, even Channing Tatum, I saw an interview, I think it was like this week or last week, said, like, yeah, Doomsday is going to be like one of the biggest movies of all time. Like, it's
and
people can say whatever they want.
Has also been talking very highly about it. The actor that plays Simu Liu. I
thought you said Cindy Lou, and I was like, what?
No, sir. I think that's how you say his name. For those of you who don't know, Simu Liu is the actor who plays Shang-Chi. He has also been talking very, very highly about the film. Obviously, I don't expect them to speak poorly about the film, but he's
Right.
saying that it's going to be, a great testament. And honestly, I think it said a love letter to like comic book fans and comic book
Yeah, I saw
movies,
that.
which is a
Yeah.
great thing to hear. So they've been speaking very highly of it. And I think it is way more likely that we get a teaser this far in advance for Doomsday because, as far as we know, they have wrapped shooting, possibly
Yeah.
with some reshoots, who knows, but they have wrapped shooting, and we know for a fact that Spider-Man Brand New Day is still actively filming. So it would make sense that we don't get a teaser for Brand New Day, but we do for Doomsday that far in advance.
Yeah. And what I was gonna say is like, anybody can say whatever they want about Marvel over the last few years, but like, everybody's showing up for an Avengers movie, dude. Like,
100%. Yeah.
and Marvel just tweeted something today that was a picture of Tony Stark talking about putting a suit of armor around the world, and a clip from, or a screenshot from Fantastic Four about how Reed baby-proofed the world, and that's all they did. They just posted those two pictures and quotes next to each other, and I'm like, that's clearly some kind of little tease, because we're getting into, slowly but surely promoting this movie, so I'm pretty excited. And this is
I'm so excited.
coming from two people who have no interest in the Avatar franchise, but
No.
we'll go see this movie for the sake of going to see the trailers. And I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the movie too. I'm going to watch the previous two before, I think it's like December 16th, 17th, one of those days, like middle of December, that this movie comes out. So I'm going to go see it. I'm going to go see it.
I have never seen any
going to see
Avatar
it.
movies, so that's why I say I don't really have a great interest in seeing them. That's because I haven't had a great interest in watching those movies in the last 20 years or whenever that freaking movie came out. I have no idea. The first movie, but I am going to watch the first two movies so I can prepare for Avatar Fire and Ash. So for the sake of the podcast, for the sake of discussion. So we are growing over here on this side of the
We're
podcast.
getting into new genres and new franchises, slowly but surely. We're not just Star Wars and Marvel.
We like movies. Like, we love movies. So
yeah, there's just a lot I haven't seen. So, that's why,
and
we
we're getting there.
Yeah, I got a list. I'm checking it twice.
It's fine.
And, dude, get ready for the
Gosh.
Christmas. I'm throwing every single holiday little note I can within these next 2 months. I can't wait for the Christmas
7th,
episode.
by the way.
Okay,
6th.
normally,
I skipped
yeah, that is true. Normally, you're a person, from what I understand, just like, it's too early for Christmas. But I heard out of your mouth like 3 times this week that you were putting the tree up.
Yes,
early.
because, this is a very controversial thing in today's world. I usually do not like putting the tree up until Thanksgiving has had its time and passed by, but I don't like putting the Christmas tree up and all the Christmas decor, and then 2-3 weeks later, you're taking it right back down. I want it to sit out and actually feel like a holiday season and have its time. I think that Christmas and Thanksgiving can go hand in hand. I think you can celebrate both at the same time. So we put when I say we, I mean me. I put the tree up. Parker was not really like about it, but I put the tree up. It's out there. It's lit. It has its ornaments. I decorated it yesterday. I'm excited about. We love Christmas around here.
I give Halloween its time. Halloween gets all September and October for me.
It's true. Yeah.
I give it its time, but come November, it's Christmas time, and the Christmas stuff's gonna stay up until that first week of January, and then I'll take it down.
Mariah Carey has thought out.
She has
TikTok.
been defrosted. Okay,
that's the word.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Defrosted.
But I just had to point that out. It's Christmas season. If anybody's got a problem with it, I don't care.
Oh.
I can't wait for the Christmas episode. It's gonna be my favorite episode we do. I'm thinking about finding an elf costume. We'll see. We'll see. But,
oh no.
Anyway, back on topic. We were talking about Avengers Doomsday. Obviously, that comes out next year. Honestly, it's just kind of like a little bit of a slow period for stuff coming out and news. But next year is gonna be pretty busy overall. Star Wars, even, which we talked a lot about 2 episodes ago. Did a whole Star Wars episode. Go check that out if you didn't watch it yet. Star Wars has a pretty big year next year. We have Mandalorian and Grogu coming out. We have the Darth Maul animated series coming out. And we have Ahsoka Season 2 coming out. One, I just wanted to get your thoughts on how excited you possibly are for how great of a year it could be for Star Wars next year. And 2, do you have a most anticipated project of next year? I personally got to say it's Ahsoka Season 2. Just most anticipated Star Wars project of next year.
Yeah. Massively excited for Ahsoka Season 2. I know that I've said before that I can't really remember because I have not watched Ahsoka season 1 since it came out. I am due for a rewatch. I
Hmm.
remember being so happy and so excited when it did come out, though. So I am going to rewatch that. I am so excited. It's always so much fun for us that are fans of the Clone Wars and Rebels when Dave Filoni just gets to do his thing and
Hmm.
gets to create the story that he's had in his mind for years and years and years. So I'm so excited for us to finally see the culmination of all of these things that he's created, including the Mortis gods and that whole arc from the Clone Wars and everything. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. So I am very excited for Ahsoka season 2. Amonis Fondi having his classic Ezra look when we got that like first look of him on set of Ahsoka
Yeah.
season 2. That was really exciting. Amonis Fondi is so perfect for Ezra, and he just did such an amazing job in season 1. It was so fun and exciting to see. You never know what it's going to be like when you see an animated character that you love so much transfer over to live action. Amonis Fondi hit it out of the park. He's so great as Ezra. So I'm very excited for season 2. Um that mall show though, I think is
Looks
going to
pretty
be,
fire. Looks
yeah,
pretty
I think it's
fire.
going to be incredible. I am so ready to see another Star Wars animated project. In my opinion, the best Star Wars projects are Star Wars animated projects.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that we're getting another project out of Star Wars animation. But I can't gloss over Mandalorian and Grogu. You can't forget Star Wars
Can't.
is coming back to the big screen. And I want this movie to be good so badly. And I don't doubt that it will be good. We just have had such a traumatic experience with Star Wars movies in the movie
Well,
theater
yeah.
as of like recently.
I had a
So,
traumatic experience with Mando season 3, at least for us
right.
personally.
And obviously, I'm being dramatic when I use the word
Right.
traumatic, but season 3 left us with a really bad taste in our mouths, at least for Noah and I, as far as The Mandalorian goes.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that they just go back to what they know works for Mando. And I'm very excited to see Zeb on the big screen, especially Zeb in live action. I'm obsessed with the way Zeb looks in live action. So I'm really hoping that The Mandalorian and Grogu is as good as I want it to be. That teaser trailer, to me, looked amazing. I don't really know how people can have so much to say about a teaser trailer that's 30 seconds long that has 0 lines of dialogue other than Mando saying, I don't even remember what he said, like nice job. I have no idea. I don't remember what
I
he
literally
said.
have no
It's
recollection.
like
I don't think
3
I've watched it since
words
the
are
week it came
spoken in that
out.
teaser. Yeah, I have no idea. But I'm excited for it. It looks like it's going to be very well done. Already from the art, the poster art that they posted that was so Indiana Jones inspired, that already got me excited with the direction of where they're going as far as promoting this movie. And I'm just hoping that that means that this movie might have a little bit of like an Indiana Jones feel for Mando or
A fun
something like that.
adventure.
Yeah, a fun adventure. And
That's
that's
really
kind
all
of
I need for
the
this
roots
movie
of
to
who
be,
he is. Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people, yeah, when that Hunt for Ben Solo stuff came out like 2, 3 weeks ago, there was
Mm-hmm.
people in the Star Wars fandom who were like, "Oh, we didn't get this movie, but we're getting Mando and Grogu." It's like, hey, we can like
Okay.
not, we can like be excited,
You
not
can
be
have two
excited, but
things at the same time.
yeah, we could talk
Hmm.
about how we wanted the Ben Solo movie and not trash the movies that we are actually getting.
Yeah,
Like, it's been
exactly.
so long since we've gotten Star Wars in theaters.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pumped for Mando and Grogu. I'm
Yep.
interested in Starfighter in
Hmm.
2027.
Hmm.
It's the same people who were telling me, I'm not allowed to like the Clone Wars more than Andor in our TikTok comments this week. But I'm not gonna dive down there.
No, we can't
But
entertain those
we
people.
can't entertain. But I'm
Mm-mm.
pumped for Star Wars next year. I feel like Star Wars just like Marvel. There's constantly something going on. It feels like.
Hmm.
And if there is a gap and if there is a lull, it's really not that long. Don't get me wrong. There's been Star Wars projects over the last few years, but everything feels like all right. Now there's another 8 months until something new comes out, and
Right.
I like forget in a sense about Star Wars, and I'm like, man, I just want to be excited about this
Yeah.
IP and be like
Hmm.
interested, and like I like when people are buzzing online about Star
Hmm.
Wars. So I'm hoping next year is gonna be one of those years. Obviously, the lead up to Mando and Grogu, I'm sure we'll get another look by I don't know, maybe Super Bowl time, or at least we're
Hmm.
definitely gonna get more looks by when the movie comes out in May.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
I
Ahsoka. Go ahead.
I'm before I forget. I will say, you asked me my most anticipated Star Wars project of 2026. I'm gonna say Mando and Grogu. I want the movie to be good so badly.
That's fair.
I miss Mando so much. Every time, and this has happened to me every time we were like in between seasons of The Mandalorian as well. I miss him so much. He is such an amazing character and would be up there with one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters. I
Yeah.
just want him to have another good project so that we aren't, if we are moving away from The Mandalorian after this movie, possibly, I want it to do him justice and I want it to be a great project. So I am
No,
most
that's fair.
excited to see a Star Wars movie in theaters again. And I should say, I'm most excited to see Star Wars in theaters again, especially The Mandalorian. So that is my most
Yeah.
anticipated. But that mall show is going to hit so hard. It's going to be
Yeah.
so
And,
good.
and you just mentioned it, and we've talked about it before. Like, Star Wars animated rarely misses and has really been probably my favorite stuff over the last couple of years. I mean, listen, I
Yeah.
really liked Ahsoka season 1. Obviously, it had some problems. Not enough for me to not look forward to Ahsoka season
Right.
2. That's probably, I would say, my most anticipated project of next year.
Mhm.
Anything Hayden's in, you got me. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
there.
You got to be
So
excited
like,
about that.
yeah, I gotta be excited for my guy. But no, that mall show is probably gonna be fire. I can't see how it ends up being, a failure. I think Sam Witwer's on record saying this is the first time we're gonna see, or this is the first like Darth Maul thing in his story that comes after the Clone Wars, is what I'm trying to say. So that's gonna be absolutely fire.
Mm.
So I don't know. I'm pumped for Star Wars next year. Hopefully, Ahsoka season 2, Mando Grogu, and Darth Maul are all gonna be hitting, is what I'm
Hmm.
hoping for. But yeah, so is that?
I was gonna say there's a lot of lore that hasn't been explored as far as where we leave Darth Maul after the season of Mandalore in the Clone Wars season 7, and then where we pick up with him on Malachor in Rebels. So I'm really excited to see that in between,
Yeah.
because we do see him pop up in the infamous Solo movie, but we never got anything after that. I think Crimson Dawn is his crime
Yeah.
organization, and we've literally got nothing from
Yeah.
Crimson Dawn, nothing with Maul in
And
his
don't tell me to
crime
go
lord
read any
era.
books or comics, guys. I don't want to, and I shouldn't
We
have
like
to.
visual media around here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with reading any books or comics to get your Star Wars lore, but like, I'm not. I shouldn't
It's
have to
not for
read
Noah.
all
It's
this
not for
other
Noah.
stuff just to. Oh well, there actually did explain this, or there actually is more lore.
Mhm.
If it ain't in a show or movie, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's just me. Anyway,
I understand.
speaking of
I understand.
Speaking of Disney Plus stuff, this was actually not even news, really. I just wanted to see what you would have to answer to this. But
No, yeah.
Fantastic Four just came out on Disney Plus yesterday, the day of recording this. Ballpark it, because between Fantastic Four and I'm pretty sure you have it on DVD. How many times did you watch this movie since it came out?
Since it came out, including in theaters, no, you can't.
No, not
expose
including
me
in
like that.
theaters, but
Not including in theaters.
just
Okay.
DVD and Disney Plus.
Twice.
That's it. I thought
Yeah, that's
honestly, I was expecting it to be
I've
like.
been
I've
really
been
trying
throwing it
to
on
rein
Casualty.
in. I've been really trying to rein in like how psychotic I am about that movie. I don't know what it is, because it's not like it's like the greatest Marvel movie ever, but there's something about this
But
movie
it's
that got
pretty
me.
freaking
It's
good.
really good. I think it's really good, and I don't know why some people are like, that movie isn't, like, it's overhyped, and I don't understand why you like it that much. I feel like it was the first time that I got really excited about Marvel again. So
For the
and it
first
got me
time since
excited about
what?
Doomsday.
No Way
Yeah.
Home?
Since honestly Thunderbolts got me
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh crap, this was really good. I've seen Thunderbolts since it came out on Disney Plus an insane amount of times, because I only saw it once in theaters, and then I
Right.
was like, now I can rewatch the heck out of this. I've seen it a lot, so I love Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
And
I didn't mean to
and
disrespect one of our a movie that is in both of our top tens. I just happened to
yes,
forget about Thunderbolts for a brief
right,
moment. My bad.
right. It's okay. And what was I saying? Oh crap, my train of
uh,
thought. I was saying
this is the first time you were
Thunderbolts.
excited about Marvel since,
Yes, I
etc.
was excited about Marvel when we saw Thunderbolts in theaters, but it's like, I just went to see Thunderbolts for the sake of going to see a Marvel movie in theaters. I had no expectations for it. I honestly didn't expect it to be very good.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was, and then I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is the turning point. Maybe we're like is going to start picking back up with these projects again.
Yeah.
Because I loved Thunderbolts. And then Fantastic Four came out, and I was like, this movie feels like a large scale, like we're really doing something with new characters and we're moving forward with the MCU. I don't know. It just did a lot for me, and it got me very excited for what's coming for Marvel. So yeah, you guys, I am insane. I saw Fantastic Four in theaters, I think
5 times?
5 times. Yes, 5 times. I think it was 5 times. And listen, I understand that makes me
I'm not
crazy.
knocking. I love that movie, dude.
I understand that it makes me crazy. I don't know why I like it so much. Could I rewatch it and just have it on in the background all the time? Yeah, probably. But like, everyone's got their thing, right?
So everyone's got their thing. Sometimes you just need to have something on the TV in the background. It just happens to be the same movie over and over again.
Over and over again because I'm insane. Yeah.
I do want to watch it again. I only went and saw Fantastic Four once in theaters, and that makes me seem so normal compared to you. But no, I do really want to watch it
That's
again.
not the only thing that's ever going to make it seem like you're way more normal than I am. That's going to happen a lot.
I'm sure we can flip it. There'd be, things that we could say vice versa. But I love Fantastic Four. That's just me personally. But to stay on Rivals, well, Marvel real quick. Well, I was going to talk about Rivals real quick because there's like something cool to talk about. But I just completely messed up the transition. But anyway, speaking of Marvel Rivals, there you go. There's the transition we were looking for. It got lost somewhere in the zeitgeist. You'll know better than me because you're way more online in the news with Rival. But no, I just be missing the news, dude. Like, something will happen and you'll be like, you didn't see this?
I thought you were going to end the sentence there. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to be like, you're way more chronically online. And then I thought that was where the sentence ended, but it didn't. So
you're way more chronically online. You know what I'm going to talk about. But no, obviously, what is it? Season 5, I think? Season 5 is like, it's coming up shortly.
It's next Friday.
Next Friday. There you go. And 2 of our most anticipated characters are coming. Obviously not on the same day, but they're coming. And earlier than expected. People have been calling for next year for Valentine's Day around these guys for when they were going to come out. You told me that before. You were like, I feel like they're not going to come out till like Valentine's Day next year. But anyway.
I don't remember that.
We've definitely talked about it. Gambit and Rogue are coming to Rivals. And we've talked about Rivals on this podcast before. We both love it. We both play it probably too much, especially. But I need some thoughts. I need some thoughts. How excited are you?
Dude, listen. So I saw this thing. If that doesn't tell you how excited I am, I guess I don't know what else to tell you.
And Rogue is going to be a strategist, correct?
Yes, Rogue is going to be a strategist, and we got like a first look at what her abilities are going to be. No description of her abilities, but just the names of them. So this could all not be true, guys. Obviously, these are all leaks.
Sure, this is all rumors. But...
So, take it with a grain of salt, however you wish. But these leakers are almost never wrong. This was posted 3 hours ago, and it's Gambit. It's like the first look at Gambit in Rivals.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
You guys.
Is he low-key kind of tatted up for some reason?
He's tatted up. Like, what is that about?
Dude, I love how Rivals be doing it sometimes.
But listen, I love that with Rivals we get different illustrations of these characters. I love it. But you guys already know how much Gambit means to me, so I am so excited. And dude, Rogue looks so good too. She looks so good.
That is one hot video game character. And we barely even seen her.
That's just one hot character.
Unfortunately,
they're
we're probably
the hottest MCU couple for sure.
Oh, for sure. I mean, listen, if Steve and Natasha got together, different story. They'd be in the running. They'd be in the running. But
I don't know, man.
They wouldn't be in the running? I'm not saying they'd be number 1, but a close second.
I don't think Black Widow has anything on Rogue. The male population might have something to say about that. But
I mean, they'd be a close second, but Gambit and Rogue are pretty smoking.
Yeah. And needless to say, very, very excited about this next season. I know for a fact that they're going to release Rogue first because Gambit, I think, is the higher anticipated character. And I think they want to give us the strategist first because we have gone a long time without getting a strategist in Marvel Rivals. The last time we got a strategist added was Ultron in like season 3 or something like that. Ultron, who neither
I have
of us
like
play
four.
as.
I literally just checked yesterday. I have like 4 minutes on Ultron.
I can't even believe you have 4 minutes on him. I don't even know if I do. Not my favorite strategist. I think it was kind of a miss, but I'm so excited. I'm so glad they made Rogue a tank. What I'm trying to say is they could have easily made Rogue a tank, and I would have been okay with that. But I'm so glad that they made her a strategist because I think that her abilities and her powers make more sense for a strategist. So I'm very excited about both of them.
We're assuming Gambit will be a DPS.
I was going to say, we're assuming Gambit's going to be a DPS. If they did a switch up and made him a tank or something, I'd be pissed. Gambit has to be a duelist. Yeah. Has to be a duelist. I don't know how you can make someone whose powers are blowing things up, they're kinetically charging things and sending off explosions all over the place into a tank. You just can't. So I think we're safe to say that he's going to be the duelist. I don't really care as much as a lot of people do that they've added so many duelists to the game. I think if you don't add more duelists, you start to lose your player base a little bit because obviously really the most popular thing that people want to play as is the duelist. So I think you kind of have to keep those up. I do agree that they need to consistently add strategists more than they are right now, but that's okay because we're getting Gambit and Rogue in Marvel Rivals, and I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I cannot wait. It's gonna be so great.
You're gonna be on Gambit heavy when it drops. I might even try to. If Rogue's a strategist, I might try to sweep her into my mains. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to strategists, I've been grinding on Rocket trying to get that Lord. Somebody out there's like, you don't even have him at Lord yet. I haven't been playing Rocket that long. I'm not gonna lie.
No, he's a penny one trick up until you're not. Up until the time where you stop being a one trick.
Yeah, but I will still play Penny.
He's still, when she doesn't get banned. You're in a drought
Which is a bunch of crap. Dude, this just happened last night. I hate when I click, I'm gonna play Penny, and then the ban phase comes up, and somebody on my team bans Penny. I'm like, bro!
Ooh.
That's not fair. You're nerfing me. You see I'm the Lord. I know what I'm doing. And if there's anything I know what I'm doing, I'm a Penny Parker.
If I was you, I'd be like, you just have no idea how hard you just sold this game.
Dude, I'll get in the chat. I'll be like, what, are you blind? Like, what are you doing?
That's really funny.
Pisses me off. But I don't know.
Funny. I reached Diamond 3 last night. Thank God I have made it out of Platinum hell this season. Comp has been god awful in Marvel Rivals recently. And I am so glad I've been able to claw my way out of Platinum, dude. I'm probably going to fall right out of Diamond today. But
that's usually how it goes.
My season high is going to be at least Diamond 3, thank God. But I am so excited to see Gambit's abilities. I'm excited to see the battle pass and the skins that they come out with them. The extra skins that come out with the base. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see.
Crop top Gambit in the game.
I would lose my mind if they did that.
People keep talking about them. They're going to do a Savage Land Rogue, and I'm like,
ooh, they sure are.
That'd be pretty fire.
You know what I'd love to see? It's right behind me, right there. The white suit. Yes.
Yeah, that would be fire.
That would be amazing.
He's got a lot of good options. I'm looking forward to it. We're not gonna have to wait too long either. But video game stuff. That you can make this quick.
Okay.
You know what I'm probably gonna talk about. What have we been playing outside of Rivals?
We've been playing a lot of Fortnite, guys.
A lot of Fortnite, dude. The Simpsons stuff is pretty sick, dude.
It's honestly
people who haven't watched a lot of Simpsons in their life.
No, I don't think I've seen a single episode of The Simpsons, but this little mini Simpsons season 1 shouldn't have been a mini season. They definitely should have just made it into a full season. And they committed to making an entire map based off The Simpsons with so many Easter eggs that I don't recognize, but I can see the detail that they're putting into this map, and they just for a mini season is crazy. But it has been the most fun I've had playing Fortnite in so long. Shout out to Tanner for carrying me through games all the time
for real, dude.
And making it more fun. I streamed last night. We played Fortnite, me and Tanner and Maya. I think we played 7 games and won 6 of them.
Guy's cracked.
He's just cracked. He's just like that, dude. We love Tanner.
No, the season is absolutely sick. I have seen a little bit of Simpsons in my life. I went and saw the Simpsons movie in theaters in like 2008, whenever it came out. Just saying. But no, this map is freaking awesome. I don't know if I would have did a full season. I feel like, because it is kind of a small map, I feel like it would have got repetitive pretty quick. A full season?
I don't know. I don't know if I would call the map small. I can understand an argument for it to just be a mini season, because dedicating an entire island and an entire season to one IP probably is not everyone's cup of tea. I get that.
Sure.
But the map is so awesome. And honestly,
Listen,
I love these graphics and how bright the colors are and everything so much more than regular Fortnite. It's going to give me such whiplash going back to regular looking old Fortnite. It's gonna be
the
so
only
weird.
things that aren't like 2D on the map is like the chest and like some of the other stuff. But like the map being all 2D animated or whatever.
I love
whatever
it.
they call that. It's so fire.
I love it.
It's so sick. This is, you said it, this is probably the most fun I've had playing Fortnite since probably last year's Halloween season.
Yeah.
Because after that, like, we played, I don't even remember.
We started playing Rivals, dude. I don't know.
Wasn't it like the Snoop Dogg stuff after that?
Yeah.
And then we started playing Rivals and we didn't play it that much
Never
after.
touched Fortnite again after that, yeah.
So, there's a fly or something in here. But they're always, it's the lights, dude. They're attracted to them. But, no, dude, the Simpsons stuff has been absolutely fire, dude. I can't wait to play some more. But anyway, I got a little, that's all I had for the little quick.
Catch us on stream, guys. Catch us on stream.
Catch us on stream. Catch her on stream. I never stream, but
he's there sometimes.
I'm there sometimes when I'm invited. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Okay. He's taking a swig of that Alani.
I'm taking a swig of that Alani. Gotta stay up. Anyway, we're getting a little game ski here. Obviously, there hasn't been much news this week, so we're gonna have some fun here. We've done a lot of blind rankings, so I didn't want to do another blind ranking. We'll bring them back eventually. So I got a little game. I'm gonna throw out these questions. She's gonna have to answer. What it is one gotta go. Somebody's gotta go. Something's gotta go.
Okay.
It's just like those Instagram posts where you see, and there's like 4 pictures, and the caption's like, somebody's gotta go. So I'm gonna give you
one.
One's gotta go of the options, because some of them aren't like one specific person or thing or whatever. So I have I think 5 of them here. Yeah, I got 5 of them here. Jumping around, we got some Marvel, we got some Star Wars. Actually, there's only one Star Wars. The rest of them are Marvel. Sorry. But all right, I'm gonna start off with an easy one. One gotta go. That's the game. Make it easy. We got ourselves a little triple threat here. A little triple threat match.
I'm scared. Okay.
We're going all 3 Spider-Mans. Toby, Andrew, or Tom.
And only one has to go?
Yeah, the other 2 stay. The other one erased from existence. Something else got made. Somebody else played the role. Whatever the case is. But this existence of this character, this person, didn't happen. One gotta go.
You guys, I have to be totally honest. I haven't seen Tobey Maguire's movies in a long time. I can't even remember watching any of them. I know I've seen them, but I can't remember watching them at all. Obviously, I'm due for a rewatch, but so for that reason, I'm gonna say Toby is the one I'm going to get rid of. Andrew Garfield is my Spider-Man, and Tom Holland is also great.
Tom Holland's been growing on you. You've been giving him more
growing
positivity lately.
It's not necessarily his fault. I like his portrayal of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. It's not necessarily his fault that he's been given this whatever storyline about him always needing to be mentored by some other character and being little mini Iron Man. And as an Iron Man girl, I didn't enjoy that. So I'm hoping that in Brand New Day, we finally get the Spider-Man movie that we've all been waiting for, where he gets to stand on his own and it actually feels like a comic book Spider-Man, So I am going to keep Tom because he's doing a great job. He did a great job in No Way Home. Toby's got to go. I'm sorry.
Toby's got to go. I like Toby's movies. I just watched them like a month or 2 ago. The only thing that bothers me is when he's Spider-Man, he's really cool, but when he's talking as Peter Parker, I just want to yell at the screen and tell him to spit it out.
Yeah, he's a loser. He's like a loser. And I feel like Peter Parker
I'm just like, would you speak up?
Yeah. I feel like Peter Parker's not necessarily, he's nerdy because he's really smart, but I don't think he's supposed to be like a loser. You know what I mean? I
think that's a fair answer. All right, Toby, you gotta go. Hit the brakes, buddy. All right, next one.
However, can I just say one? I'm sorry. One of my favorite person to see paparazzi videos of is Tobey Maguire, though. Because he's so funny. Yeah,
he can be back here. He'll spot the camera.
Yeah, and when people put the da-na-na-na-na, when he's like looking
Oh
at the camera
goodness.
really mad, and when he opened the door when the paparazzi was blocking his car, and he's like, "Get the f out of the way, dude!" I just love him. I
I
love the
get it.
rage.
Honestly, I get it.
Yeah,
Like
I
he's not
understand it.
wrong for being mad
I
at the
love that he just
paparazzi.
is not afraid to yell at people like that.
I
Anyways, we can
know.
move on.
No, I think the next one's gonna be a little bit more difficult, even though
Oh,
I think I know where you're gonna lean.
okay.
Another triple threat.
Mhm.
We have the OG six Avengers versus the OG Guardians team, Guardians of the Galaxy team. Not this
Oh,
new one from the end of Guardians 3. I'm talking the OG team
okay.
versus the current Fantastic Four.
So it's a 1v1v1.
This isn't like who do you think's winning. This is just
Oh,
like
I have to
favoritism.
keep one team.
Do you guys hear this right now? I have to keep one team. It's one gotta go.
Oh,
Not one gotta stay. It's one gotta go.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's not, and this
Not
isn't,
listening.
we're not power scaling here. This isn't a fist
Okay,
fight.
good.
This is literally favoritism. OG 6 Avengers versus the OG
Mhm.
Guardians of the Galaxy versus the current Fantastic Four team.
Yeah.
Who's getting erased from existence?
You guys, I gotta tell you something right now.
Let me tell you something.
And this isn't recency bias at all. I promise it's not. My love for the X-Men makes me, like, I had this realization of myself when I'm, like, thinking about which characters I like and everything. I love when superheroes have superpowers. And the Guardians of the Galaxy don't necessarily do that for me. So I'm going to say, I'm going to kick the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is coming from a girl who says that Guardians of the Galaxy is her number 2 favorite MCU movie.
But what's number one?
It's Avengers. Yeah,
So
the
they ain't
Avengers
going
were
anywhere.
staying regardless. Regardless, the Avengers were staying. But it was really between Fantastic Four and Guardians. But you guys, it's so cool seeing superheroes use their superpowers.
Mhm.
And the Guardians are really cool, but what do they do throughout their
Peter's
movies?
getting smacked around by Ben Grimm. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I just think it's way cooler to
In my
follow a
opinion.
team that has powers like that. And obviously, the Avengers, the original Avengers, don't necessarily have these crazy powers like the Fantastic Four. But I'm a huge Iron Man girl. I was never going to get rid of that team.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
they still have, I mean, Captain America has a super serum, the Hulk is the Hulk. But I just think that they're way
Thor's
cooler
a
than
god.
the Guardians. Yeah, Thor is literally a god. He's got all kinds of powers. So yeah, the Guardians have to
gotta
go. I'm
Guardians
sorry.
gotta go. For some reason, I was like, I feel like she might kick the Fantastic Four here.
Yeah,
I don't know what was giving
considered
me
it.
that inkling.
I
but
considered it, but I'm not letting go of Human Torch's sick powers and Sue's sick powers. I'm not letting it go.
I like how you threw Sue in there just to make sure it wasn't just like, it's not just a Joseph Quinn thing.
But it's
I
not
swear.
just about a Joseph Quinn. It's not. It's not.
Okay. No, all right. OG Guardians, hit the brakes. All right.
Mhm.
I'm just going to do the Marvel ones and then we'll backtrack to the Star Wars one, even though I wrote them out of order.
Okay.
Next, here we go. So this one's kind of funny. We have 4
Okay.
options here. 3 of them are relationships. The last one is a great friendship. One of them's got to go.
Okay.
Gambit and Rogue.
Uh-huh.
Scott Summers and Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Quill and Gamora.
Mm-hmm.
And last one, bromance. Bucky and Steve.
Oh no.
You thought you were like, please say Steve and Peggy. Please say Steve and Peggy.
I was like, yeah, I would have been like,
I'll
"Get
tell you,
that
you
girl
totally
out
would
of
have
here."
kicked them in 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, without thinking. Oh my gosh. So Rogue and Gambit obviously have not been given a proper love storyline in media at all, other than in the comics. Which it's something that I want to see though. There's no way I'm getting rid of Rogue and Gambit. When they make their way into the MCU, they're gonna be my favorite couple ever in the MCU. They already are. But I love Peter and Gamora. They're my favorite MCU couple. Them and Tony and Pepper are kind of like my 2 that I've always loved. They're not going anywhere. So it comes down to Steve and Bucky. And who the frick was the other one?
Scott and Jean.
Jean and Scott. I love Jean and Scott. They are iconic. but they're
But
messy as heck.
but
They are
they're
messy as heck. I hate the Wolverine love triangle. Even that aside, Jean Grey is not my favorite character in the whole world. I think she's a mess. I'm tired of her fainting all the time, and I'm tired of her. I'm tired of her like.
You're like, would you fucking wake up?
Just wake up and stop passing out. I'm tired of the Phoenix dilemma too. I love the Phoenix storyline when it's done well, but at this point, it's been done so many times.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to not really understand, even in X-Men 97, how in the last episode, somehow the Phoenix saves her again after we went through all this crap about how the Phoenix left her. And then she's like, I am Phoenix. And I'm like, how are you still Phoenix, bro? I can't. Yeah, I can't.
It does get a little repetitive.
Yeah. So Jean and Scott, I'm so sorry you have to go.
Okay.
Is that what you're expecting?
Yeah, I almost put Tony and Pepper on here, but I didn't know you were honestly that infatuated with Tony and Pepper. I thought
I love
if
pepperoni.
I put them on here, that's crazy.
That's their name.
if I put them on here, I thought honestly they were going to be the ones that were a guaranteed kick because I thought even if you were to big Jean role, I figured. I mean, Scott Summers, Cyclops. I do
love Cyclops. I love him. Love him.
But Jean's weighing him down.
Jean is weighing him down. Yeah. I love Jean too. Like, I love them separately. I haven't necessarily loved them together because they're always a problem. But I hope that changes.
They're not always a problem. They have some high notes. Keyword some.
I do love their love. And the way that Scott loves Jean, like, I love it. But there's just something about... I can live without Jean Grey.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Scott and Jean, Scott and Madeline. At this point...
Yeah. I'm not getting rid of Steve and Bucky for Jean and Scott.
I agree. I think that's probably the same pairing I would have picked too, to be perfectly honest. All right. Next up, we got another old fatal four-way here. This is the second to last one. We have 4 villains from the MCU. Mm-hmm. One's got to go. We have Loki, who obviously eventually gets, a little bit of redemption hero, whatever. But we're talking about villain Loki here. We have Loki. We have Ultron. We have Hela, which 8-year anniversary of Thor Ragnarok was the other day. And last but not least,
that's crazy.
We have Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe.
Wow. Okay. So I love Loki. I don't think there could have been a better villain for the Avengers to fight for the first time other than Loki. No way I'm getting rid of him. Amazing. Facts. He's a great Avengers villain. And he's their villain in almost every iteration of the Avengers. And Avengers Assemble and Superhero Squad. Loki's always there. He's always their villain. So I'm not getting rid of Loki. Ultron, I really...
You rat bastard!
Listen,
I know what you're gonna say.
Ultron isn't bad. He is also a great Avengers villain, but I feel like they could have done better with him as far as power scaling in Age of Ultron. I loved his voice actor. I loved what they did with... I don't know. I loved how he was portrayed, but the power scaling wasn't really there for me. I didn't really feel that he was too much of a crazy threat for them. I feel like it was relatively easy for them to defeat. You know what I mean?
Go ahead, paint the picture before you kick my favorite villain. That's fine.
So Ultron, and this could all change when that Vision Quest series comes out next year, and we get some more Ultron to feed off of. But as far as we only have Ultron in one movie, which we only have Hela in one movie, but you guys, there is no chance I am kicking Cate Blanchett's Hela out of my list. She was so good. She felt like an actual evil villain, and she ate that up. When she caught Thor's hammer in all the trailers and everything, she ate up every single line. I love when people cosplay as her. I think she is sick. I love Hela. She is so cool to me. So,
except the Marvel Rivals.
I've been playing as her though. We ban her all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
We ban her all the time because of the Namor team up. Marvel Rivals players, you gotta ban Hela in comp. But when she doesn't get banned, if someone wants to play Namor on my team, I've been practicing Hela so that I could be that Hela to give them that team up. And let me tell you, my aim has
It's
improved
cooking
tremendously. I'm actually not that bad as Hela. Anyways, who is the last villain?
Green Goblin.
You can't get rid of Willem
I
Dafoe's
know.
Green Goblin. You can't.
I know.
You just can't do
Guy's
that.
iconic.
Yeah, he is so good. He's like one of the greatest villains and one of the best villain portrayals we've ever seen. So, I'm sorry, Ultron.
Honestly, I figured that's how you were gonna pick, but I was like, maybe she'll give the boot to Hela. Maybe.
No.
Well, whatever. Guess this is your answer, it's not mine. Doesn't matter what I want. But alright, so Ultron's gotta go. My favorite villain. I don't know, I just think he's really cool and I love Age of Ultron. But anyway, last one here on the one gotta go. We're jumping to Star Wars.
Woo.
I think this might be a little bit more difficult.
Oh, no.
I'm really not sure which way you're gonna go.
Okay.
We're going back to the triple threat here. The Bad Batch versus the Clone Wars versus Rebels.
Are you insane? Oh,
Three
no.
shows that you are infatuated with. Big Rebels girl, big Bad Batch girl.
Oh, no.
And you love the Clone Wars too. So which one's it gonna be? One's gotta go.
Like, if I can never watch one of these ever again.
However, we are 5 rounds in. Do I need to explain the rules again?
I wasn't done explaining myself.
Oh.
Okay. So if I'm thinking about this as the one that I pick, I can never watch that ever again.
Sure.
Then I'm like, man, which one of these can I not live without rewatching? I would never get rid of the Clone Wars ever. That's my Rex. That's my fives.
That's my Rex. I don't know why that made
my
me
Rex and my fives, and I'm never getting rid of that. So it comes down to Bad Batch and Rebels. And you guys.
This is where it gets tough.
I could never get rid of the Bad Batch. I couldn't.
That's crazy.
I could never get rid of the Bad Batch. I'm sorry. I love the clones almost more than anything. So it's got to be Rebels for me, which is so painful. I have so much Rebels crap around me too.
You literally wore a Rebels shirt like 2 episodes ago.
I'm a huge Rebels girl, you guys. I love that show. But as far as rewatchability, I would go Clone Wars and Bad Batch. And you don't get a lot of
There's going to be so many people that disagree with the fact that you think Bad Batch is more rewatchable than Rebels.
That's okay.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying I feel like that's the perception out there. I feel like Bad Batch kind of gets a lot of hate. Not a lot.
Get a lot of hate.
Not a lot. But it's not
hate
everybody's
than it
favorite.
Should. A lot of people get mad about the filler episodes of Bad Batch, but I would argue that by saying without having those filler episodes where you get to really see what kind of people each individual clone is and get attached to them, when you get to the pinnacle of where these stories are going, it won't really hit as hard if you don't spend time with these characters getting to know them. I don't think there are maybe 1 or 2 episodes of The Bad Batch that I completely skip over and don't watch.
Yeah.
So you need filler episodes. I think that it's asking way too much if you want every single episode to be a climax of a story every single time. That's just not how it works.
And let me say, before you get off that point, I was one of those people who was getting really tired of the Sid missions by the time we were in like the middle of season 2. I was like, bro, like how many times are we gonna go on these missions that feel like they don't matter too much? But you're right, you do get a lot of character development in those episodes. And as we've gotten away from the Bad Batch, I've grown to enjoy those more. Kind of like Clone Wars stuff, where even though I didn't watch all of the original seasons of Clone Wars when they were coming out on Cartoon Network, I watched some because my brother was watching them, they were on. But like, it's easy to go back and watch season 1 and 2 of the Clone Wars, for example, which a lot of people say you could just skip. But I enjoy them because even though they're not maybe the greatest seasons and they don't have the greatest episodes, you still get a lot of cool moments in there with like Yoda and the clones and Plo and the clones. Just the first few episodes of season 1. So I agree. I don't mind the fillers anymore. And
if you don't spend time, like you said, if we're comparing the Clone Wars and Bad Batch, if you don't spend time getting to know, I'm sorry, there's an ad.
Got a rave going on over there?
Yeah, there's an ad going on. It's got like 30 seconds left. I can't skip.
That's fun.
So the colors keep swapping around. But if you don't have and spend time with Ahsoka, throughout the Clone Wars. You don't get to see her growth. She literally goes from a Padawan little child to this amazing duelist that we see in season 7 of the Clone Wars. And you have to spend time in those filler episodes seeing her growth. You can't just jump to her being like, okay, now she's mastered this ability. Let's give her, you have to spend that time with these characters. And I understand that a lot of people don't enjoy Omega. And you know what? If your problem is Omega and that's why you don't watch the show, there's nothing I can do to change your mind about that. But me as a person that doesn't really enjoy children in media all the time because they can feel more so of a burden.
In general.
Then yes, in general, they can feel more annoying than they do feel like a quality character. Omega is a very, very well done child in the Bad Batch. She grows. You can see her. They're literally training her to become a soldier like them. And she goes from this child who's never touched dirt before to this child that took down Tantus almost single-handedly. And by releasing the Zillo Beast and all this stuff, she organized these other small children to help her escape this highly, I'm losing the word.
Man, I haven't thought about the Zillo Beast since that season came out. One of the biggest positives of the Bad Batch is taking that forgotten storyline from the Clone Wars and bringing it back and be like, hey, we should actually use the Zillo Beast thing that was kind of like indestructible.
Right. And it's and it's like all we knew of the Bad Batch before their show was the 3 episodes that they got in the Clone Wars season 7. Yeah. So you need episodes like that, like the Sid episodes, to get to know these characters. We know little to nothing about them other than they're kind of these arrogant, defective clones in the Clone Wars. And now we actually get to see the humanity of them while they're also raising a child. And then Omega has this development of this small child into this amazing soldier that they've created her to be. And then at the end of the show, she's going off to be a pilot in the rebellion. I mean, you need to spend time in those filler episodes. So I really just can't understand the argument that you don't like the filler episodes of the show. I mean, you can call any episode of any show filler if you want to.
Listen, Mando's had filler episodes, side missions in the grander scheme of the season. So it's not bad. Filler episodes don't have to be bad. Yeah. So Rebels is going.
I forgot that's what we were talking about.
Bad Batch versus Clone Wars.
I got on my Bad Batch.
One's gotta go.
So, yeah.
Rebels has gotta go. All right, that's fair enough. Do you want, real quick, while we still have a couple of minutes here, do you want to hop on the Discord real quick and take a question? There's a couple new ones from this week.
Let's see.
But while we're doing that, guys, again, be sure to go follow us on all social medias, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at the Lightforce Podcast. I think we are almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok. Guys, if you're not following us on TikTok, go follow us on TikTok.
Go follow us on TikTok. We need more people in our comments that support us because mostly the people in our comments don't like us, you guys, which is a great thing for the algorithm. But it'd be nice to see our supporters in there sometimes, you guys.
Sure.
So don't be a silent supporter on TikTok, please, God, for my mental health. Help us out over there. We're almost to 1,000 followers, which is insane. That's very exciting. We have like some Christmas themed questions. I think there's one that you would particularly like to answer if you can keep it relatively brief.
Hey, you can ask me anything.
You know what it is, though.
I literally threw a little seed out the Discord today. I was like, I might need something to talk about just in case the news was light this week. But just pick whatever you want first, and then we'll get there.
Okay. So someone asked, will you guys watch Stranger Things Part 2 on Christmas or wait until a later date so you can spend time with family? And just to add, they will release the first 5 minutes of episode 1.
Where'd she go?
They will release the first 5 minutes of episode 1 sometime today or tomorrow. I have not seen that they released the first 5 minutes yet today, so I don't think that's happened yet today.
I'm not going to watch it.
I don't want to watch it either.
I'm sure screenshots or something will end up on my timeline, but we're to that point. We're too close. I'm going right by anything Stranger Things.
I'm gonna try to avoid it. I don't need to see the first 5 minutes. It comes out later this month, so.
Will we be watching it on Christmas though?
Will we watch part 2 on Christmas? I think yes, Because for me, Christmas Day usually ends relatively early, which for Noah and I are up into the ungodly hours of the night. So it really does not matter what time it is. We can start watching a show at any time.
Yeah.
So I would say that, well, depending on what time it releases on Christmas, you know?
Yeah, is it a midnight or is it like a 3 a.m.? We don't know
Yeah.
yet.
If it comes out at like 9 Pacific time, which would be obviously midnight for us over here on Eastern.
Then I might throw some on.
I'd probably wait until the next day because then I can sleep and I can definitely avoid spoilers and then just start watching it when I wake up the next morning, and then actually watch it with Parker because Parker and I have been doing this rewatch. For me, he's watching it for the first time and I don't really want to watch the new season without him at this point, which if we watch anything past 10 p.m., I'm watching it by myself. The guy goes to sleep early. So I will probably watch it the next day if possible so that I can watch it with Parker.
Christmas Day is what you're saying.
Well, no, I think
or the day after Christmas.
The day after Christmas, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as New Year's Eve, though, for the finale, dude, I would rather do nothing for New Year's Eve because I'm tired of watching that stupid ball drop in New York City.
Oh, dude, I ain't got time for that. I already go to Planet
like,
Fitness. You don't have to advertise Planet Fitness to me every year.
Okay.
So I mean, that's literally what it is, dude. It's just a big Planet Fitness advertisement.
It's stupid. I hate watching the ball drop. It's so dumb. So I'd much rather watch Stranger Things than watch the ball drop on New Year's Eve for the finale.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, so when's the first part comes out on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, which I don't know what they're thinking. Why are they doing that?
I don't know. I mean, I could definitely watch some on Thanksgiving night.
Thanksgiving is an earlier in the day kind of event. So
and Christmas, I'll probably end up throwing it on Christmas night too. Like you said, we're up till 4 a.m. every night, just what we do. So even if I started at 11. And then New Year's Eve, I don't give a rat's ass about that. So I'll probably
and ass rats.
I streamed on New Year's Eve a couple of years ago, but I don't think that stream's up anymore. So so
Maybe we should do that.
That actually is a good idea. On the Lightforce channel, dude, it will be a big advertisement for the podcast. We'll talk. Okay. Guys, do you want to see that? Let us know.
Yeah. Taylor asked, "What's the scariest thing that's happened to you in real life?"
Wasn't this a question for last week and we skipped it by accident? Whoops. Because it was a Halloween question.
We can't get to everything all the time.
True. The scariest thing that's happened to me in real life? I don't know. Like, what kind of scary?
Like near-death experience?
I don't know if I've ever had anything like that has traumatized me like that.
Yeah. I don't think I necessarily have any, like, traumatic experiences, but I'm pretty sure I could have died at this one. So I think it was possibly July 4th, or it might have just been a random day in the summer. And my family and another family, we were out on this pontoon boat, out on the water, scalloping, and the storm rolled in. And when you're on the water, it can come at you pretty fast when a storm rolls in. You can kind of see it coming. There's like a shelf cloud and everything. It was about to be a bad one. And it kind of snuck up on us. So we start trying to make our way in. And there was also another family that had like a little speedboat or whatever. But they like took off and like, okay, we'll see you at the ramp. Speedboat's gone. Pontoon can only go so fast, you guys. If you've been on a pontoon boat, you're not outrunning any storm in a pontoon boat. So we get stuck in the storm, right? I'm telling you, the rain and the winds were so bad, it felt like pins and needles on your skin. If you've ever ridden anything in the rain, you know that feeling. It was killing us. We had our dogs on this boat. We had all the scallops that we just had. There were coolers. There were me, my sister. There were 2 other kids. We're all just trying to survive, dude. The waves are so bad. We got white caps out there, and we hit this wave, dude. And when I tell you, I'm going to use my remote right here. When I tell you we hit this wave, it's like we went up and then hit and then went whoop. I'm telling you, we were vertical.
Dude, this is Pirates of the Caribbean out there, dude.
Literally, we were vertical. And we somehow went back to where if we hadn't tipped, dude, we probably would have died. But, because, I mean, I don't know how you survive a capsizing boat. I don't know. And we went back, thank God. And when I tell you, we were hanging on to like the railings of the pontoon boat, and all of our crap fell off the boat. All the scalps we got, every cooler, somehow we were hanging on to the dogs. Everything fell off the boat
Oh my
except the people and
goodness.
the dogs. Everything. We did not come back to the ramp with anything left on that boat because it all fell out. Because we were vertical, bro. We were literally
That's
vertical.
crazy.
Yeah, and we finally made it. Everyone was screaming. The other kids were crying. And
How old
yeah.
were you?
Uh,
Ballparking it.
13?
I would have been crapping my pants. I mean, I've been crapping my pants now
So
if that
I
happened.
was definitely scared, but I wasn't crying. The younger kids were crying, and then we made it out. We survived, right? But my dog, I don't know how that could have ended, you know? Well,
God was on your side. Dude.
He was on our side
I
that
can't
day,
think of
thank
anything
God.
like that, dude. I don't know. Maybe I've lived too safe of a life. Scariest thing that's
Noah's
ever
got to go
happened.
outside a little bit.
I gotta
God,
go
live
outside.
a little.
Gotta get away from this desk. The scariest thing that's ever happened to me is gonna be when you eventually get me on an upside down roller coaster. That's gonna be.
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, we'll get there. Wait, okay. Joey asked, what are some of your favorite non-franchise films you guys have seen? So when you say non-franchise, can it just not be
like how many
associated?
movies does there have to be considered a franchise?
What makes it a franchise? Yeah. So I'm guessing no Star Wars, no Marvel, no like Pirates of the Caribbean, kind of no Disney, I want to say. I don't know.
I mean, I guess it could be like a one-off movie. But
yeah, I don't know what makes
know.
it a franchise or if Disney is technically the franchise or what. But one of my favorite movies ever is called Tombstone, and it's with Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer.
Yeah, you talked about this before, yeah.
I talk about it all the time. It's one of the greatest movies ever, and it's a Western, and it's so, so good. So that's one of my favorites. I guess Ninja Turtles is technically a franchise, so I got to
Dude,
say.
I'm like trying to think, has everything I've ever watched always been a franchise?
Right?
Like, I can't think of anything right now. I don't watch movies like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've established this.
Tombstone's really good. I might need to pull up my Letterboxd. Holy crap.
Dude, everything on my Letterboxd is... Go follow us on Letterboxd, by the way.
Yeah, we got our own Letterboxd.
Everything is like Marvel or Star Wars or DC. I'm going to double check real quick. I'm going to double check, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know if I can give anything else that's not franchise.
K-pop Demon Hunters is great.
Let's go! K-pop Demon Hunters!
Yo, okay. 2029, by the way, for the sequel, what are we doing? 2029?
Yeah, that's crazy. 2029.
That actually
does it really
hurts.
take that long to make a movie?
I guess an animated movie with all everything going on and all the music and stuff. Like, I'm sure it's going to be sick, but 2029, you got to be shiting me, dude.
Bohemian Rhapsody is a great movie. I really, really enjoy that movie. It's about Queen. If some of you, Noah, don't know.
I put two and two together. Dude, you know what I haven't seen, but I want to watch it because Hugh Jackman is in it and he sang all the songs. So
The Greatest Showman?
Yeah. Is it good? I don't know.
Dog, I don't like musicals. I really don't think I would enjoy that movie.
Well, when I went to see Hugh Jackman on Radio City, he was singing a bunch of songs. I was like, it's kind of fire, dude. I feel like I should watch this movie.
He's a Broadway gal, so I'm sure he's fantastic. But I don't like musicals that much.
I literally have nothing on my Letterboxd that's not Marvel, DC, Star Wars, or it's literally like Barbie and K-pop Demon Hunters. It's so bad.
That is crazy, bro. Everything's technically a franchise when it has more than one movie, right? I don't know.
I guess.
I like Little Women. I like Pride and Prejudice, but they're not necessarily like my favorite movies in the world. I don't know.
Numbers, one of my favorite movies of all time. Wayne's World, one of my favorite movies of all time. Bad 90s comedies movies.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Dude, Mike Myers is in it. Not Michael Myers.
Not Michael Myers, but Mr. Shrek himself, Mike Myers. Yeah, I don't know. But
this is the best answers I got.
I understand. Yeah, I'm sorry, Joey. I wish that I was more creative than that. I don't know what necessarily makes something a franchise or not. I guess we should know that, being a film podcast. But yeah, I'm gonna say Tombstone. That's my answer. Let's get to what you would like to talk about. Well, we have a couple minutes left.
No, I just threw out there because I thought it was going to be a slow episode. We're already an hour in, so I won't keep it long.
No, it's
but I was
fine.
like,
I think you should touch on it.
But I was like, I know we got some wrestling fans in our Discord, people from my community and stuff, and I've personally been feeling a little frustrated with the WWE this year. Just as any other Marvel fan or Star Wars fan or DC fan feels about those franchises. Everybody knows, before I was into any of this, I was a lifelong WWE fan, and I still am. I got it all back there. I've been watching since 2000. Technically, I've been watching since before 2005, but I started watching weekly in 2005.
Before his little pea brain developed, guys.
Before his little pea. I thought you were just going to stop at pea. And I was like, what the fuck
Before
are you
his little
about to
pea developed, guys.
You are
like, no.
crazy, dude.
I
But
would never say that.
I was like, yeah, that's crazy. But no, the thing that I was like, I want to see if anybody asked questions about this, even though I totally threw the seed out, was specifically John Cena's retirement tour, because I can't help but keep thinking about it this week, because, we're about a month away from John Cena's final WWE match, and I wholeheartedly believe that he will never wrestle again. He is a man of his word. He is not this guy who's driven by money. He is very professional. He is literally one of the greatest humans to ever live. Let's just call it as is. Dude, I'm just saying. Who's got something bad to say about John Cena? If they do, they're probably lying. But I've been feeling a little ticked off about his final run, this year. It's just not what it should have been. I'm sitting here, I'm watching, what was it? What just happened the other night? Saturday night's main event, and they announced some 16-man tournament to decide who John Cena's final opponent's going to be on December 13th. And I can't help but sit here and go, what lazy fuck wrote in the chat GPT, how can we figure out who John Cena's final opponent is going to be on television in a storyline fashion? Oh, well, we'll just have a bunch of guys duke it out and earn it. I'm sorry. I just read an interview the other day where Triple H was out here comparing the WWE to the MCU. Not UFC. They're comparing themselves to the MCU because they're story-driven and all this stuff, which I agree with, and is something I would say wrestling and WWE is more like movies and television opposed to sports, and I am totally in that camp. That's one of the reasons why I love wrestling, is the creative and story aspect. But WWE in 2025 is like watching paint dry. It has gotten utterly boring compared to just 12 months ago when they were riding the biggest boom period since the 90s. And John Cena, the guy I acknowledge is the greatest of all time, one of my all-time favorites. We have 4 more dates. He is appearing 4 more times. And then we'll see him when he goes into the Hall of Fame one day. Raw next week, the week after, Survivor Series, last match. That's all we got. And I can't help but feel super frustrated at the fact that this guy announced that he was going to retire from WWE in July of 2024. It is now November 2025. And nobody sat down and came up with a coherent 12-month story to get John Cena, the absolute greatest to ever do it, to his final match.
I'm telling you, dude.
It's not the guy who, it's his opponent will most likely be Gunther. I'm all for it. That's one of the guys who was on the short list of guys it should have been. It's not the opponent. It's everything surrounding it. What were you going to say?
I'm telling you, they should have done what I've been saying since the beginning. They went way too quick with a fight between him and Randy Orton. They should have made it a 12-month storyline. They have done things that made way less sense than that. So it only made sense to me for his final hoorah to be with Randy Orton, who is another guy who has been around just as long as him. They're both going for, records with how many times they've each been champion. Randy's known as the legend killer. At this point, with John retiring, he's kind of going into his own era of being a legend rather than an active member of the roster.
Sure.
I think the story writes itself. I don't understand how you don't use that as a storyline. Unless there's some kind of outside reasoning that we obviously don't know about, I don't see why anyone would have been upset about Randy and John having a long-term feud. We've gotten Seth Rollins and CM Punk feuding for it feels like years at this point. But we can't have
for 2 years.
Right. And we can't have a feud between John Cena and Randy Orton for the last time ever. I don't get it.
Listen,
I don't understand
here's the thing. With WWE should have been doing this whole time is writing 2025 around John Cena. And they had him for like 30 weeks out of the year, which is a lot. Like, there's obviously been times he's not here. He's got to go film something. He's an extremely busy guy. But then he's back, and he's worked almost every single pay-per-view this year. John Cena, all they had for this guy was, we're going to shock the world. He's going to turn heel for the first time ever. And guess what happened? It led to nothing. The Rock never showed back up.
Bro. Yeah.
The heel run completely fell flat on his face to the point where they just turned it all around and reverted it one night on SmackDown.
Like it never happened, bro.
And then he just showed up 2 nights later at SummerSlam and was like, hey, I'm John Cena again. And it was like, cool, I wish we were getting this all year long. This was not the year to try shocking things. If there was ever a year for John Cena to come out and play the greatest hits and be the Superman and destroy everybody, it was this year, and they failed. And when it came to his final match, you had 2 options. You had the classic rivalry, whether it was with a Randy Orton or a CM Punk or an AJ Styles, just one of those all-time feuds. Cena's got like 6 guys who you could sit here and say are his greatest rivalry of all time, and really hard to argue any of them. Or you go the other route.
Really, it's Randy, but go ahead.
Or you go the other route, which is let him put over the next guy up. Braun Breaker.
Which I hate that. I don't like that everything has to be a passing the torch kind of thing. Everyone knew John Cena wasn't winning at WrestleMania. Correct? Are we right?
What do you mean? This year at WrestleMania? He won at WrestleMania this year.
No, when he lost to Cody Rhodes.
SummerSlam. He beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, then he lost to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam.
Okay.
You're like, shit.
Well, I feel like everyone knew that feud was a passing the torch kind of situation. Everyone knew that, you know? But why are we using John Cena in his last year to pass the torch to everybody that comes through the roster? I don't really understand
listen, the only people you put in that position who would have defeated Cena in his last match, if that were the case, are legitimately the guys who are going to be your WrestleMania main event when Cena's gone and Cody's gone and Punk's gone and Roman's gone and all these guys aren't working anymore. And that's a short list of people. It's Braun Breaker, it's Dominic Mysterio. I don't even think Gunther really benefits from beating John Cena when he inevitably does, because he's already been dominant for the last 3 years on television. They've built him up as the big bad, villain, but that's still a first time ever match. There's nothing wrong with it. And one last thing on top of the fact that they just fumbled this entire year of giving us creative storytelling. I can't, for the life of me, understand why John Cena, the absolute greatest of all time, is retiring on an arena show, not a stadium, an arena show in Washington, D.C., not Boston, not his home place, in Washington, D.C., on a fucking Saturday night's main event. What are we doing? If he didn't want to,
Paul.
Cringe. And listen, if he didn't want to retire at a WrestleMania, fine. If he wanted to retire in December at whatever they came up with, fine. That's his prerogative. But for them to go to Washington, D.C., because Washington, D.C. paid more, opposed to Boston, and to not even make some one-off pay-per-view event, John Cena's final match, where that people wanted them to call it Ruthless Aggression because John Cena is synonymous with that term and era. They're giving this guy a fucking Saturday night's main event. I feel disrespected. I feel backhanded.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. They announced this tournament over the weekend, and now we're going to sit here and watch it over the next month. It'll probably conclude at Survivor Series, and then the winner's going to go on 2 weeks later to beat up John Cena in Washington, D.C., and Donald Trump will probably be in the front row, and then it's going to be that's it. And I'm pissed off about it. I'm pissed off about it because WWE 2025 is utterly safe, boring, repetitive television. And I will say this, WWE on its worst week in 2025 is still better than Vince's worst week in 2017, 2018, 2019, etc. Those last couple years were atrocious. They're still better than that. But it's dog water right now. John Cena's failed retirement tour, although we've gotten some great matches here and there. But the substance of it all literally is it's like you just walked up and kicked me in the nuts. I don't know what it is. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
And I just felt the need to rant about it this week because there was some news about it over the weekend and we didn't have much to talk about anyway. And somehow we're an hour and 15 minutes into this show. That's all I got.
Yep. I wanted Noah to have his time to be able to rant about that because we do have people, like you said, that enjoy WWE and are active viewers of WWE, and I'm sure you're not the only one that feels that way. I'm sure you're actually in the majority in that sense.
Oh, I know I'm the majority. I know I'm the majority.
So let us know how you guys feel about it. If you guys aren't necessarily wrestling fans, I'm sorry about that last bit, but we don't just enjoy movies. We have all kinds of things that we have interests in. So maybe
Yeah.
maybe just skip it if you don't like it. But we like to
saved it
be
for the
able to
end.
we cater to all of our interests. You know, that's what this podcast is for. We like to talk about a lot of things that we care a lot about. So, but it's been, a longer episode. We had a lot to talk about, honestly, even though it was I don't know, not really a busy
We
news
somehow
week.
turned out an episode. It was about 2 a.m. last night, and I said, "Hey, what are we talking about tomorrow?"
And I was
she
like,
was
I don't know,
"You know
I'm
what?
working."
That's a good point. I have no idea." And I said, "Well, I guess I better put my nose to the grindstone and figure it out." But I think
He
we
was
had a
like,
hell
so
of an
is it on
episode.
me? And I was like, yeah, it's on you.
It's usually on me, guys. It's usually on me.
Not true, guys. It's not true. Don't let him make you believe that.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I like making fun of her. I'm sorry. Anyways, guys, you like making fun of me too, so don't.
All the time.
Yeah. Okay. Just make sure we're on the same page here. Make sure we're on the
I would
same
never
page.
deny that.
Anyways, guys, where can they find you? I'm gonna pick up my pen.
You can find me everywhere at Laney Byers. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. I am streaming all the time on Twitch and YouTube. At Laney Byers, we do a lot of Marvel Rivals, a lot of Fortnite nowadays. If you're excited about the Marvel Rivals update, I will be live for it. I cannot wait for this update, so please go and join my stream community. Shout out to my stream community. You guys are awesome. You guys are so kind and supportive of this podcast. Can't thank you guys enough.
And you guys can go follow me on social media: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads at No Nation Vlogs. And you can go subscribe over on YouTube at No Nation Gaming. And again, if you are watching the podcast here on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and hit the like. And if you're listening on Apple and Spotify, be sure to follow us, give us a rating, and all that jazz.
5 stars, please.
5 stars. 5 stars, please. Anything else for this week?
I really have to go to the bathroom.
She's got to take a piss. Anyway,
I have to pee.
thank you for tuning in this week, and we will see you guys next week.